Hi, Uncle Nick.
Hello. How was yoga?
Suffering, suffering of suffering.
Sounds perfect.
You should have started me with an easier teacher like Peter or somebody.
Right. It's for me. It's always better to get the
Get
tough,
Axel out of the way on the first day.
just crush you into crazy poses, and then later everything else seems easy.
Just because his mother made him of rubber. Okay, you ready, Nicholas?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You want to talk about your book a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I'll try. Um, this book, if I made a mind map, it would be blank because we started it last term, and all we did was the title. Um, this book is called Ratnamala or Ratnavali, String of Precious Jewels, and it's by Arya Nagarjuna. And the last text I worked on was also a commentary on a text by Arya Nagarjuna. This one is a commentary by Gyaltsab J, the same commentarial author as the previous text I worked on. And it was really tough. And then I got the idea in my head that he's a really tough author, although I have hope that this time it's not going to be as brutal. This text is very famous. It's a letter to a king, if I understand correctly,
Yep.
from Arya Nagarjuna, and it's explaining how to practice the spiritual path in the form, more or less, of a lam rim. Lam rim being kind of a genre of texts in our lineage that describe the entire path from beginning to end, from being a suffering guy like me all the way to total enlightenment. Um, so, yeah, that's the text we're about to embark upon.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nicholas. Okay, here we go. Uh,
Do we want to just call it String of Jewels for short, Keshala?
I'm going to answer that question for you.
Uh,
Hang on. Okay. Here's a little review of where we are. I made a major mistake in predicting when you're going to finish, Nick. So
okay.
sorry about that.
All right.
And I don't know, somehow I said the number of pages we could finish per class is actually the number of pages we can finish per term.
That makes a big difference. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're gonna finish in 2029 now.
Okay.
So that's a maybe 6 year project.
Okay.
I think we could split it into two books probably, because it'll be 1,000 pages. Yeah, it'll be more than 1,000 pages. I think it's good if our books are run around 500 pages, and that way people don't get too scared. So unless I messed it up again, I think we're finishing around 6 years. So we could finish the classes for the first book in 3 years. So that's probably more possible. I agree that the title in your book here is not too exciting. Oh, wait, it is exciting. Yeah, I went and found you the title in the. This is the full title from the colophon. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's called the title is Ningba Dun Sawartipa. Okay. And I would encourage you, since it's your book and you're going to spend so many years on it, why don't you find a very user-friendly title based on Ningba Dun Sawartipa. Okay. What's that mean, by the way? If you're going to
the explanation, well, the Namshe kind of need, right? The explanation that clarifies the meaning of the essence.
Yeah, the clarification of the essential meaning. Okay.
Clarification.
But that's not sexy enough for a book title. You want something like, I want you to figure it out, but I want something that people are attracted to. Empty Meditations was a great title for, and The Golden Key was a nice title for the two books we put out already. So, by the way, Namshe is part of the descriptive title, so you wouldn't include that.
I see.
Yeah. Gunbo Ludu Kizepe Gabal Atam Cha. What's that mean? Just explain it. Gumbo Ludu Kize.
Composed by our protector Nagarjuna.
Yeah. Gabal Atam Cha.
Words to the king.
Good. Rinpoche Tenwin Namshe.
Explanation of a string of precious jewels.
Yeah, good. And then the ornamental title is Ningba Dun Sawa.
Got it. Yeah, clarification of the essential meaning.
Yeah, and then you want something more sexy.
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, in the Tengyur, I'll show you something. Text. Let me see. Here's the Tengyur version, okay? And it gives the Sanskrit name as Ratnamali, which is okay. It's legal. It would make it like a feminine string of precious jewels, okay? But the Sanskrit versions we have, let me see if I can get them up. They say Ratnavali, okay? This is the Sanskrit version. I got this from Aisha today. I think this is the one we're going to use. And so I didn't have time to insert the Sanskrit. But the Sanskrit manuscripts they found say Ratnavali, and it's the same thing. So some people call it Ratnamala. The Tibetans call it Sanskrit Ratnamala, and in the Sanskrit itself it says Ratnavali. Same thing. Okay, so you'll hear people. Sorry, that's the wrong text. You'll hear people refer to it as both.
Okay. Yeah, how much liberty should I take on coming up with a...
Go have Noor read you a little bit of Rumi and then compare it to the best-selling poetry book. And see how much they are similar.
Right.
That book changed Western society. And the guy doesn't speak Arabic or Persian. It's like the Chinese translations of Shakespeare were done by somebody who doesn't know English. And but they were poetic, So okay. What I'm saying is, in my opinion, on the title, you can take great liberties. I keep pulling up the wrong text for you. Hang on. Okay, here we go. All right, that's all I have to say about your text, I guess. Yeah, just that I found some serious typing errors. I would like to compare them to the new text you sent me.
Okay.
See if yours is any better on those particular words. And then I'll be able to decide which text do we use going on, okay? It'll save us a lot of time and trouble if we have a clean text.
Yeah. And there are more scans on TBRC. It was just, I was having trouble. Something was going on with their website that day and I couldn't download them.
Yeah, their website's a mess.
So this isn't the first time that happened to me. I'm just getting the spinning wheels every time I try to download a text.
Yeah. Okay, we're ready to read. And I think Dr. Kramer traditionally criticizes you in the beginning.
And in the middle and the end, but that's offline.
Yeah. By the way, I would like Nick to be the Nagarjuna expert on our group. And it's worth it to have just one person who just does Nagarjuna. And it'd be nice to do his 6 Riktsok Druk, right? The 6 books on logic. But recently we found the real name of those, which is, do you remember, Nick?
Not Riktsok Druk?
Yeah, the name
is in my text.
Oh, yeah, but it's don't need drupe rik but sok drup.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the 6 books proving with
Yeah.
lot of logic that prove emptiness. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the 6 books of reasoning, which we always thought it was. Now it says the 6 books for proving emptiness. So I would love it if you could do all 6. That's my dream. Okay.
Is this book one of the 6 or is this a 7th?
Guy, you got me there. I think this is a 7th actually. I was hoping you wouldn't ask that. Okay.
Well, now that we know that this one's going to take 6 years,
Yeah, for the first volume. Something will happen, like we'll enter a different time zone or something. I don't know. Okay, let's read. Dr. Kramer is checking.
Okay. Ningje Tawa Rab Ten Lo Drip Dripsil Laksam Sangboy Rabarne Rawarne Ta Ye Jakpe Siden Damche Yenla Gibe Metok Pel Yun Chen
Nice.
Trinle Sangboy Trebu Chokte Dojai Rewa Tada Zokzepa
Good.
Helden Lama Baksam Dang Tung Kepe Kete La Tak De.
Kepe kepa de.
Oh, sorry, Kepe Kepa De. La
Yeah,
I tend to read around the parentheses. I gotta get.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, here we go. Ningje Tsawa.
Yeah, the root of compassion.
He's describing a tree. And if you don't know Abhidharma well, you don't know that. Okay, so this is a famous tree that's in the 3rd chapter of the Abhidharma. It's on top of Mount Meru. It's in the middle of a city on top of Mount Meru.
Yeah, we were just talking about.
Yeah, and that's your book. So Raptan means that tree's name, which is super firm. Okay, and by the way, the word tree comes from dur. And firm also comes from dur.
Okay.
Truth also comes from dur.
Right.
They're all related.
Dur. Hi, Ava. I'm working right now. She's sleeping. Sorry again.
A tree was a famous example for truth. And oftentimes you would take a vow on a tree because trees were solid. Trees didn't fall down, and stuff. But all of those words are related. Firm, truth, dharma, dur. They're all related. Firm. They all come from the same root. Okay. So this tree, his name is literally firm tree, both dur, both from dur. Okay. And then he says the roots of the tree are what?
Compassion.
Yeah. And I guess the tree itself represents Lodra.
Intelligence.
Yeah. And by the way, I went to the first great Lama's description of this tree for you, and I put it in here. This is the translation I did 42 years ago, so it's a little rough, okay? But this is Abhidharma 3rd chapter. There's the description of this. And then here's a description of here's the description of the tree here. It's called the King of Sala trees, okay? And it's known as Raptan, which means firmest, okay? Its roots penetrate the earth to a distance of 40 cubits is about 60 feet or something like that, okay? And there's a row of, so there's a description of that tree if you're interested for your footnote, okay? But it's a very important in this first verse. So its roots are compassion. It's the firm tree of wisdom, and it gives a dipsil. Okay, dipsil means sil means cool, And drip means a shadow. Okay, so drip sil means a cool shadow. There's a very naughty expression based on this, which I don't think I can tell you in public.
Come on.
Don't even tempt me. I mean, I don't have any self-control.
Don't break words. Don't do it. You'll break him.
Myself.
Okay, fine.
You could win.
Okay, just from a linguistic point of view.
Too late. I should have said, you can't stop him.
No, I really can't do it, Nick. It's too
I'll come
naughty.
to after class.
It's too naughty. I'll
Fine.
tell you
It's
later.
good. Good for you, boss.
I do have some self-control. Tell Veronica I controlled myself. Okay.
We're proud of you. We'll remember this day always.
Drip seal. Laksam means
Personal responsibility.
yeah. So the shadow of the tree represents wisdom. Its roots are compassion, and the cool shadow it gives is it's like responsibility that covers everybody. It's very beautiful. You got to translate this beautifully. Rawa here is Kungarawa. Anybody know?
Rawa.
Kungarawa.
I thought Ra was corn or something, wasn't it?
I thought Rawa was like fenced, but Kunga is bliss.
Yeah.
It's the pleasure garden of a king.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay? For example, the Jetavan, where people taught diamond cutter, is a Kungarawa. It was built for a king's pleasure. And beautiful trees. Sage's text has a Kungarawa. And the peacocks are wandering around eating the poison plants. Okay. All right. So something is staying in this pleasure garden of excellent personal responsibility shadow from the tree of wisdom with roots of compassion. Aw. Okay. Its fame is Taye.
It has no bounds.
Yeah. Fame spreads everywhere. Sin Den means CG Demba. CG.
CG. Demba.
Brilliant.
Yeah, CG means that's the word that I always say that my teacher taught me. I was having trouble with it, and his English was terrible. And one day we saw on TV Queen Elizabeth standing with 4 other ladies, and he said, "She's got CG, and they don't." So it's like eminence, or what do you call that? Got a look, of a special person. Okay, it means dignity, glory, gravitas. Yeah. Okay. So that's CG. What is that? The Holy Dharma, Damche. Okay, the Holy Dharma, whose eminence spreads endlessly. Okay. Yenna Gepe. Those are the branches of the tree, the wide spreading branches of the tree. Yenna Gepa. Okay. And on those wide spreading branches are metal Pelion Chin.
Shining flowers of good quality.
Yeah, flowers of extraordinary quality. So that probably the branches probably represent the spreading of the Dharma, and then the flowers on the branches represent the Dharma itself.
Oh.
All right, cool. And then there's debus that come from the flowers, right? And those are the chinle.
The good deeds of the teacher.
Holy deeds. Highest, choke day. And now, he's got the whole root, the tree, the shade, the branches, the flowers, the fruit, and then the fruit zoks the rewa of duljas.
It fulfills the hopes of students, of disciples.
The fruit of the tree fulfills the hopes of all the disciples. Okay. Dulje rewa tada zok sepa. Therefore, my Belden Lama is a Paksam Kishing.
Paksam Kishing, Paksam Kishing, deep-rooted tree? Or?
Wish fulfilling tree?
Yeah, wish fulfilling tree. So now we're like, he's describing his own teacher as the tree. Got it? It's very beautiful. Then he pops the answer at the end. This is my mama. This is my glorious lama. And Sung means we had Che Tsung this morning.
Same equivalent.
Yeah, equivalent. Okay. My lama is similar to this tree, which is the wish fulfilling tree. Okay. He is the Kepi Kepa.
He's the wise sage.
He is the sage of all sages, right? And I forever Dr. Do.
Always respect him.
I bow down.
Respect.
Okay. I bow down to him. Okay. Who's he talking about?
Is this? I guess I'm wondering if this is Arya Nagarjuna or is this Gyaltsabje? If it's Gyaltsabje, he's talking about Tsongkhapa.
Right. I would take it that way personally.
Mhm.
If I was Tsongkhapa's student, direct student, I think I would put that first.
Mhm.
Here's the definition of that tree, by the way, if you're interested. Okay. But it's just a paraphrase of the Abhidhamma. Okay. And Sala, we were struggling with it this morning. It's a special tree. I forget the English name. Peepal or something like that. You can look it up.
The one that grows on Mount Meru.
Yeah, but it's a species of tree that's found in India, Sala. Okay. It's Shaila or something like that. You can look it up. You can look it up in Sari Chandra Das. Okay.
The Great Dictionary probably has it, right?
Yeah, but it won't have the English name.
Oh, yeah, right. Of course.
It also have the English name.
Mhm.
Okay. By the way, as you mentioned, or somebody was mentioning, most lamas in the monastery will skip these verses. They'll just skip them and go straight to the content. But I think they're important and I think they're beautiful. And it's a challenge as a translator to translate them beautifully because they are certainly exquisite in Tibetan. Okay. All right, here we go. And by the way, they are in perfect meter.
Mhm.
How many beats?
Let's see.
You can count on your fingers, okay? Ning,
Sorry.
17. Okay. 17, 17, 17, 17. It's difficult to do that. He's showing off. I don't know why I see that. Okay. All right, let's go, Nicholas. Sugang is dying to check you. He just told me that. He just got back from a surf trip. Yeah, I hope you guys compare notes.
That's where I was just before I got here. Che kunjo ong me par sikyang go pang chok teren dulje lamni saler ken chukun shiwe ngang du shukyang tukje trupe dulje mumpa selze ching sungrab gyatsoi ningpo tadak sikyang ningpoi dunni chikpu konar kien lujuk cheni sateng dina dripme rabjak sangye nipa tela ndu.
Nice.
Make the trans.
Thank Dina. Jimmy Rabda Sangi Nipa Dela Du. He's back to 19. Okay, difficult. Okay. Chukun Drowa Me Onwa Me.
So all things, all stuff, it doesn't come, it doesn't go, and it didn't come.
Yeah, and he saw that.
And he saw that, yeah. Parsi, Arya Nagarjuna.
Yeah, now this verse is to Arya Nagarjuna. So the last verse must have been. Okay. Yeah, so the first verse must have been Tsongkhapa because it certainly wasn't Nagarjuna.
Right.
And Kopang Chokter.
Kopang Chokder. The supreme.
Kopang means spiritual love. Okay.
Right. I knew that.
Attainment. So he lives in the highest. He resides in the highest attain. This verse is supposed to be a presentation of contradictions. He lives in the highest level, but he sees there's no coming. Or he has reached the highest level, but he knows nobody goes, nobody comes. How did he get there? It's all riddles. This verse is supposed to be riddles. Okay, he lives in the highest level, but he sees that nobody goes anywhere and nobody comes anywhere. Okay, and he also saler means clearly, very clearly. Okay, so you know the rest here. Duje lam saler ken. He kens.
Yeah, he clearly knows the path of study to follow. The path of the disciple.
Yeah, good. He knows the way, even though he never came or went. Okay, so like that. Turken shiwe.
All elaborations have been put to rest.
Yeah, what's an elaboration in the kitchen?
Your idea of a husband who's yelling at you for no reason at all.
Yeah, that second husband, the one who doesn't exist, was it the first one? He's called Tropa. It's kind of a figment of your imagination. You can think of it like that. Okay, so you can think of Tropa as a figment of just a production of your imagination. It doesn't exist. He put all those to rest. When he walks in the kitchen, he only sees one wife or something like that. Turken shiwe, and he ngang du shuk. He shuks in that ngang.
He stays in that
State. Yeah. So he stays in a state where nothing moves, but he stays in a state where there are no projections. Okay, he stays in a state where there's no projections, but he does do a projection out of tukje.
Out of his great compassion.
Out of compassion, he does do some projections. He lives in a state free of projections, but sometimes he likes to do projections. Okay, it's supposed to. If you translate this right, it's supposed to sound like a riddle. Okay? He sits in a state with no projections, but sometimes he wants to go send a projection. And who's he send it to? The Dulja.
Yeah, to the disciples to dispel the darkness from
Good. Good. How much stuff does he understand? Sunab Gyato.
A whole ocean of stuff.
Sunab.
Of teachings.
Yeah, he understands the 300,000 Tibetan scriptures, for example. He understands
the essence.
There are 300,000 important scriptures. It's the largest body of spiritual literature in the world, by far. And nobody knows anything about it. Sunab Gyato Nimbo Tada. Seek.
Yeah, he sees him directly.
Yeah, but he knows how to boil it down to Ningbu Dun Chipu.
One essential meaning.
Yeah, okay. So there's another contradiction. He sees the whole ocean and he distills it to a single drop. So you gotta try to catch that poetry. Who is this guy?
It's Lou Drew. Lou.
Okay. Sautang Dina.
Sautang Dina stays on that level?
On this world, in this world, it means on this earth. This earth, he's known to be one of the only people who is Dubme.
Free of any obstacle.
Obstacles, yeah, who has no obstacles. In fact, he's the Sangenipa.
Second Buddha.
Second Buddha in this world. That's Nagarjuna's nickname. De la Du.
To him I bow.
Yeah, I bow down to him. Yay.
What's the notes there, Geshe-la?
Oh, I just the Sale.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Clear. By the way, it also has implications of the sheen of gold, just so you know. Sale. So you can say, you got to find a word. The adverb here is, he knows the path that students need, sale. And it means clearly. But if you're going to be super poetic, you have to try to catch the implication of the sheen of gold. His knowledge shines. like the sheen on pure gold. Okay. That's salar. And salar drum is a ancient word for gold.
Okay.
And it also is defined as Genewa, which means exposed to its naked truth.
Uh-huh.
Gen means the naked truth. Okay.
Genpa.
So, good luck. Okay. You got to get all those meanings in that single adverb. Okay. It's to translate it as clearly would be a disservice.
Mhm.
It's something deeper. Okay. Sheenly. Okay, just kidding. All right, here we go. And who is that? Gibson, are you there? Or are you asleep?
I'm here.
Yeah, can you, now that I know you know all the words in Tibetan language, so you've just been letting word win all the money, right? Okay, that's a Bodhisattva. Okay, you're going to check Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
Te she shung rab kar dreame ching tam tu jawa kungi tokyor pat dampe ka yi ring ne kul gyur pe chung se jela dak lo chowa kye.
Good, nice. Dei Sheshum. Shepa means what? Do you guys remember?
Explain.
Opening of a flower?
Not bad guess. If it was an A, it would be.
Oh
the,
wait, no, this is accept. Like accept.
Yeah, his position, his philosophical positions. Okay, so the books that express his philosophical positions are Rabkar and Time.
They're a stainless white.
Yeah, pure white and stainless. Okay, perfect books. His books are perfect. Okay, and even when he dam,
When he talks,
that's also Kungi Chok.
all completely supreme.
Yeah. Now the next line was confusing to me because I took Ka as the speech of the Buddha.
Uh-huh.
And then finally I realized he was talking about cool is what Peter Myrtle is, but here it means exhorted, and that's now it means ring name means for a long time people were begging me to write this commentary. Okay, ring name means for a long time. So now the Dambe Ka means by the holy words of my friends. Okay. The holy words of my students and friends, they were constantly asking me to write this commentary. So it's a very beautiful, respectful term. He's calling the words of his students and his friends Ka, which is normally the word of the Buddha. So holy beings have begged me to write this book. Okay, he's being polite, which is unusual for
Gyaltsab J.
Okay, and so I'm gonna Chungse J. I'm gonna open up the meaning of this book by Nagarjuna, just a touch, just a bit. Okay, Chungse J, and I do it with Stroa.
Joy.
I'm very happy. I'm overjoyed to do it. Troa means overjoyed. It's sometimes the word for coffee meditation. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. So he says, people bugged me for a long time to write this commentary, and I'm super happy to do it. But I'll just do it a little bit so that Nick can have something to do for 9 years. Okay. All right. Amelie's going to be reading it by the time you're done. Maybe that's the whole point. Okay. So K means I give birth to great joy. I'm happy to do it. What is that?
Got it.
We had it in Gibson's text this morning. Dun Ki for $100.
Implied.
Damn, who is that?
What do you think?
Gibson.
Gibson?
Yeah.
Man, or word.
Word. Give this guy some money. Okay, $100. I mean, word. Ask. Okay, $100. Oh, Ellie says she refused. She wants to give it to Gibson. All right, so it doesn't say here. He doesn't say here what directly.
That he's pledging to compose the work.
He doesn't here promise to die or finish this commentary.
Right.
It's Junki.
Uh-huh.
It's implied. When he says, I'm happy to do it, it means I will die or I will finish. Okay.
Right.
It's a promise. That last line is a promise. Sombar damchawa. Sombar damchawa.
Cool.
All right, keep going. And Gibson, because he didn't get the money, he wants to check you on the next paragraph.
Taeyang Daki Gewe.
Listen, I think it's the time it takes the internet to go up to the satellite and get to the United States. So we should give you a half a minute head start.
To
Before.
think about. Yeah.
All right.
That's more fair for me.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Nick.
Okay. Taeyang Daki Gewe Shenyan Chiktu Dewar Shekpe Tempala Cheche Su Zepa Shepa Tang Jupa Yong Su Zokpe Yunten Ki Tsoki Kongne Kongtu Kyorpa Ndrowa Gun Mepa Nam Hlakpar Yang Tukche Yultu Zepa Takle Ditar Jesu Te.
Yeah. I'm sorry I couldn't split this sentence because he's describing Tsongkhapa and he's gushing. You know gushing? It's an English word. It means he's such a, and he's got, he's no wonder why. Okay, that's called gushing. It also refers to water, which is pouring out. Okay, anyway. Daeyoung, let me tell you about my Gewe Shinyan.
My spiritual friend, my Geshe.
Let me tell you about my spiritual friend. Chikto Dewa Shepe Tembala Chete says Chete. Chete is similar to the word Chenzin in Sage's text.
Okay. Cherishing.
Yeah. So Chete is a little different feeling, and it means he's just in love with scriptures. Chete. Okay. Chete means he's just like, that's the thing he values above all else. Okay. What? The Dewa Shepe Temba. How does
the teachings of the ones gone to bliss?
How does my teacher feel about the teachings of those gone to bliss? Chiktu Chete. He's completely absorbed or completely overcome by a love for those teachings. Okay. Zepa, there's the clue that it's talking about his
teacher.
Because Zepa is the high honorific, okay, high polite word. He's in, Chiktu means totally consumed by the teachings of the Buddha. And he loves to shipa.
Explain them.
And he loves to drupa them.
Put them into practice.
Yeah, and accomplish them. Yotsu sopa.
Completely.
Yeah. In fact, he's a yendenki so.
He's a big old pot of goodness.
Yeah, good qualities. Yeah. And in fact, his qualities, kong ne kong.
They're above and beyond.
They just keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
As far as I've known him, his qualities just going higher and higher and higher. Gong ne kong means higher and higher.
Higher and higher.
What's the Chinese emperor called in Tibetan?
Gongma.
Yeah, higher one. Okay. Konne Kontu Kyurpa. And moreover, he has a lot of tukje.
Whole great compassion.
For gun mepas. Draw gun mepa.
People who have no protection.
Yeah, good. People have no protectors. He takes them as the object of his compassion. Okay. And it is from him that I took.
I listen. I learn at his feet.
Yeah, this book. Okay, that's the implication. I heard this book from him, and it's reminiscent of what's that note by Geshe-la?
Dige dagi.
Yeah, Dike Dagi
Once
took.
I heard this teaching, dige dagi dige dukchik na.
Yeah, it's a reflection. Gyaltsen just showing off because it's very, very close feeling if you read it correctly to once I heard these words from the Buddha. You see, and you're meant, if you're familiar with Buddhist literature, classics, you're supposed to feel a shadow of Shariputra sitting and saying, here's what I heard. And then you hear the Heart Sutra. So, you're supposed to get that emotion when he says, Jesu Tute, here's what I heard about the Ratnamala, okay, the string of precious jewels. Yay, Peter's right here. You want to check him? Come, you want to sit here and you want to bug him for a while? It's fun. Nick is very patient with me. I don't know about you. I'm going to get my Austrian advisor here.
Very good.
And he's going to check here. He's here visiting Sedona
I know.
with his wife. And here we go. Okay. Try to make some mistakes, Nick. I know it's...
Okay. Skål.
Oh, cool. Skål is some kind of Scandinavian
It's
thing.
Swedish.
Cheers, yeah. Okay. O kul delwe ten sangpo tope das ndir chikten pe.
Tundir.
Okay, good. Dundir chikten pe gempo nam ki lukle cheke shupe chikten chima penche ki dun kepar chenma drupna.
Good. Okay. Okul is a very ancient word for all of us guys. Okay. It's a very ancient word for all of us guys.
Mhm.
Okay. Word, I expect you to win $100 the next time. Okay. Okul, us guys. What's Delway 10? Delnjor.
Aha, leisure.
Yeah. Now we have a body and mind then that we have time to study these things. We have time. Delway 10, Sambo Top. We got the chance. We got the chance to study and practice. Dundir.
Right now, here in this time.
Yeah.
Jikten,
Yeah. Jikten Gembo.
respected elders of this world.
I'll take it that way. There's a teaching that's even greater than the teachings of the greatest wise men of this world.
Oh, cool.
Namki Che Ke means is much, much greater. Che Ke means much, much greater. Shupe. And that's any teaching. Okay, you can take all the wonderful subjects taught at Harvard University, okay, really, which is here called respected teachings of this world.
Mhm.
And there's another teaching which is infinitely higher. And that's Jigten Chima Penche Den.
Jikten Chima.
Take care of Jigten Chima.
Beyond the world or the
Life, okay?
next life? Right. Yeah.
And beyond nirvana, enlightenment. Even the greatest universities of this world tell you that about this greater purpose of what's going to happen to you after you die and what can you do to make your life meaningful. They don't even talk about it. Okay. Kepa Chen. And if you don't drupa those teachings,
If you don't learn, if you don't practice those teachings.
okay, please read slowly, and my Viennese friend is gonna.
Hi, Peter. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right. Lo dundro le cherma bakpa yimpe shintu nepar dikawe delnjor ki tenla ningpo lekpar limpa gula. I said Daka. You're supposed to correct me, but that's okay. Daka. Thanks.
I don't know this Bakba, and I didn't look it up. Let me look it up. Okay.
Okay. Bakba.
Yeah, I don't know this word.
It looks like it's like a version of like
I'm not even sure it's spelled correctly.
All right.
It usually means polluted. Here we go. It says here stained. Yeah, polluted. But I think it must be misspelled.
Yeshua, it's a tense.
Yeah.
It's a past tense.
Meaning polluted.
I'll read it to you, okay? If you don't use these teachings, which are much higher than all of Harvard University's teachings, to do something about your next life and beyond, then your mind is more bakba, it's more mabakba than an animal's mind. Okay, so it should say your mind is even worse than an animal's mind. But it says it's not worse than an animal's mind. So there's some problem here, Nick. Okay, we need to check it, all right? If it had said chair bakpa, that would make sense. But it says chair ma bakpa, okay? Which means it's not polluted like an animal's mind, but it is polluted like, it's worse than an animal's mind. That's the point, okay? And normally I can guess what it's supposed to be, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to check the carving, okay? Anyway, it means you're more stupid than an animal, okay? Therefore, you really should, Lekbar Lun means get the real Ningbo from this 10 you have.
Get the essence of the teaching.
Yeah, get this 10. RTEN means body and mind that you are blessed with, that you were born with. Okay, 10.
I was saying that, but I was muted. Whoops.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
My mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So whenever you see RTEN, I want you to think body and mind that you have been blessed with, a good body and a good mind. Okay, that's a 10. It means a home base for spiritual activity. 10 means a home base for spiritual activity. Okay, body and mind. And you have Dawa and you have Jorwa. You have
leisure and fortune, body and mind.
Yeah, you have spiritual leisure and fortunes. Okay? And those are Nyepaka.
Super hard to find.
Yeah, good. That's irritating me, but okay, you got to figure it out.
I mean, I can check now to at least see what the other carving that I sent you says.
Or the other input, right?
The other input, yeah. Here we go. This is, whoops, here it is. How do you spell it? SBA? Sorry.
I want you to look up RO space LAS.
Okay. Here it says Dendro le Cherma SPAGSPA. Spagspa.
Oh, yeah, let's go see what that means. That's not what this says.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It could be equally wrong, of course.
Mixed up? No.
I'm gonna try to open a scan here too, which is neither of these, I believe.
Oh, really?
Because there was quite a few scans of it available, and the only one I got didn't happen to be either of those.
Again, it also means mixed.
Yeah, but that doesn't make much sense. Anyway, let's skip it for now, and I'll come back to it. Okay.
Okay.
Rice cooked together. Oh.
Yeah. All right. This scan is too hard to read on the fly. I'd rather cover more with you and look later.
Okay, keep going, and Peter's going to check you on the next verse, the next line.
All right. Taeyang gyal se Taeyang gyawa se tang chibe dampa nam ki Sungpe shung chewa nam tam ngak tu sharne te dun te chik tu drupe nyam su lemba le chok tu kyorpe gyalwa gepe chupa shanme sungpe.
Yeah, you see these problems with the text in this paragraph, for example, two serious problems. And that's why I thought we might look at another version, you know?
For sure, we're pretty early into it to be.
Yeah, we already have a lot of mistakes. Deyang, Gyalwa Sedan Chepa means what?
Gyalwase Dangchepa. Well, Gyalse would be a bodhisattva.
Yeah.
So those who have Gyalse Dangchepa, I don't know, those with bodhicitta?
When it says Dang Chepa, it means A plus B. But the formula is A, B, Dang Chepa.
That along with those guys along with bodhisattvas?
Yeah, the Buddhas and the bodhisattvas. Okay, good. Gyalwa Sedan Chepa means the Buddhas and their daughters and sons.
The victors and their daughters and sons, yes.
Very standard. But these holy beings, they have sungba many great shungs.
They have spoken many great texts.
And here's a $50 for Amelie. Just special offer to Nick.
Damnak, personal advice.
Shar.
Offered. Shawa. I knew this.
An idiom.
Oh, Damnak tushar means idiom.
No, it is an idiom.
Advised.
Cancel this bet.
Or as opposed to new.
When you're sitting in an audience of 5,000 people and there's a high lama up on the stage.
Take as personal advice?
Yeah. Okay. So it strikes you. Shar means it strikes you. And you say, oh my God, he knows what I did yesterday. You know, this is some people, they just lie and cheat to their own mother, you know. And then you're like, oh my God, there's 5,000 people here and he's talking to me directly. It's an idiom. It's a beautiful word.
Yeah.
Unlock to shower. So all of the scriptures, if you're in the right space, all of the scriptures strike you as personal criticism from the Buddha. Okay. Or anytime you talk to a teacher, you say, oh God, how does he know what I did yesterday? I thought nobody saw me. Okay. So the Shung Chewa, the classics, strike you as personal advice.
Yeah.
Mixed nut classes strike you as personal advice for your own life. That's what he's saying here. Those incredibly difficult mind-only stuff strikes you as, oh God, they're talking about me.
Of course.
You're in a good space for that to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Then say chi to do. Then you got to go out and say chi to do.
Practice it. I'm trying to understand. Say
Ekagra.
Yeah, practice single-pointedly on this.
Yeah. Then you got to the piece of scripture that it sounds like the Buddha is criticizing you directly. Take that, grab it, and go practice it for the next few days. Focus on that for the next few days. Say chik to drup, nyam salemba. Put it into your life, okay? And that's the chepa which gave us the gyawas choktu.
That's the offering which satisfies the victors completely, or supremely.
They'll sit back 3 days later and say, God, I was criticizing him among 5,000 people and he got it. And then he went and improved himself. That's so cool. And that's the best tripa you can make to the Buddhas. Yeah, that's the best offering you can make to the Buddhas. Take it as a personal criticism and then do something about it. And then they're like, God, that's so much better than, Twinkies on the altar. And, I'm so much happier to get that than, I don't know, whatever people offer at Dime Mountain these days on their 30-day retreat. What'd you offer?
Heart rocks.
Huh?
Rocks that are shaped like hearts.
Heart?
One of the rocks that are shaped like hearts.
Oh God, don't say. My Lama said no more heart-shaped rocks. Yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah, there's Shen Mei.
None other.
There's nothing higher. Nothing. Okay, nothing higher. No better offering. Sungba, the Buddha himself said that. Okay. Do we have time?
Oh no, we're at time. Time's up.
That's a good place to stop, I think. Let's all make this offering tomorrow or today. I'll try to figure out if I make any big boo-boos and stopped here. The date's the 16th, right?
Yep.
All right, Nicholas. Thanks for running all this show. And I know you and Ben Kramer and Tim are struggling to get everybody paid, and we really appreciate it. So thank you
We're gonna keep it going.
for all your hard work.
Thank you, Geshe Michael. Thanks for class. Thanks for making this happen. This is amazing.
Could
And
you and Ben Kramer in maybe Ben's next class give us a summary of what you're doing on the cataloging?
yeah, sure, we can talk about that.
Just to show some examples of what you're doing.
Yeah, and Adam.
Yeah,
Okay.
your books that Adam picked out. Yeah. Okay.
We'll get into it. Yeah, we can talk a little bit about it in Ben's next class. All right, take a break. We have. Let me see how much time we have according to the schedule.
Yeah, your schedule. Yeah.
It's okay. We start again in 3 minutes.
Yay!
Seiji's showing me 10. I'll take Seiji.
We'll do 5. We'll
All right, 6 or 7. I got it.
Thanks, Geshe-la.
6:32. We can start again. Hey, you can leave that right there. Thank you very much.
Okay, see you soon, you guys. Bye, Nick.
All right, bye.